Today, we're going to be a little bit nostalgic. Today, we're going to be, I don't, media just ain't what it is no more. No, that's not really what I'm going to talk about, but welcome to Psyche's Thoughts. My name isn't Psyche, it is Elizabeth, and you are here watching me because, I made the commitment to come on here every day and have, I thought I stopped recording, to come on here every day and share a random thought with you all. So that's what I'm doing. Yes. And yeah, so I'm having, like, ooh, I wouldn't call it like, I guess it would be like nostalgia, right? Or I want to call it the beauty of aging. Or I don't know, like, I just love the fact um that I get to look at things that I previously loved with fresh eyes and find a newfound appreciation for these things, right? And it happens the most with music for me because, you know, I think that I think it's easier to do with music. Well, no. Across all media, it's just about the same, right? But it happens the most with music for me. Maybe because I listen to music more. But oh my gosh, there's albums and there's songs and there's people like that you love as artists as a kid because you're like, oh my gosh, this person is great. I love them. So like, yeah, I listen to this and I love it because I like it and it sounds good. And then you listen to it again when you're older and it's just it transforms you because you're just like, wow, like, I had no idea how good Tim Duncan was. Like, okay, with songs, there's so many songs. It's so many countless songs. I think that like right now for me, top five. Top five songs that I'm like getting the most nostalgia off of. Mm. Or like just like I understand it now. I understand it now. Beyonce, I was gonna say Haunted. Haunted is a good one. No Angel. No Angel by Beyonce. Because when Beyonce said, no, I'm not an angel either, but at least I'm trying. I know I drive you crazy, but would you rather that I be a machine who doesn't notice when you're late or when you're lying? I then she takes it. There's something wrong with Beyonce. Like she's like so, but I love that about her because there's also something a little off about me too. But she says, I love you even more than who I thought you were before because you're no angel either. And when I was in middle school, because that's when I was in middle school when Self Titled came out. I was in middle school. I was like, ooh, that's my jam. That's my like, yeah, like Beyonce's a good singer. I love the way it sounds. You're no angel either. Then I turned 20. Then I know, but then I turned 21. No, but then I turned 22. Then I turned 23. And it's like, oh, no, but would you like when you're actually in the situation where you're like, would you rather that I be a machine that doesn't notice when you're late or when you're lying? That one. Bad Religion, Frank Ocean. If it brings me to my knees, it's a bad religion. Okay, we're not even gonna touch that. We're not even gonna. Unrequited love to me is nothing but a one man cult and cyanide in my styrofoam cup. I don't even. I can never make him love me, and he's so. Anyway, mm, never ending by I think that. Ooh, no, 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 no. I think that no. Is it never ending by Rihanna? I think Anti for me, Anti is one of those albums that is just never gonna age. Anti is like she don't need to make another album after Anti, but ooh, what I put in, ooh, but like lately, You know what? Lately, Whitney has been taking me down like all at once. The Bodyguard soundtrack is such an amazing soundtrack. All at once. I like ever since I've turned like 20. All at once, run to you, run to you. I no, I think that run to you encapsulates my life in such a way that I didn't even know was possible for a song. I didn't know if you've never heard first of all, you've definitely heard Run to You by Whitney Houston, but if you haven't, you need to go listen to it right now. It will change you. Yes. I don't and it's like I don't know. I think music has that capability that other pieces of media do to strike you in significantly less time, right? Because like, songs be like 6 minutes max. Songs don't even be 6 minutes anymore. I miss that. But songs be like 6 minutes max. So they only got 6 minutes to stab you in the chest. And the right writer will stab you in the chest with that song. So I love the fact that I can have a song that I listened to as a kid, as a girl. Brandy. Brandy, Brandy, Brandy. Brandy, Brandy, Brandy. I loved Brandy when I was a little girl, right? I loved Brandy so much growing up. I watched her Cinderella movie so many times. That's actually when I started loving Whitney Houston for real. That's when I started loving Brandy for real. Like, but I fell in love with both of them during that movie, and I haven't played about either of them, one of them since. But the Full Moon album, I think every single one of Brandy's albums, honestly, every single one of Brandy's albums have been like so instrumental to me. Like, it, oh, I just love it. I just love her. But specifically the Full Moon album and specifically the Aphrodisiac album, I feel like for my 20s, especially like, because I turn 24 next month, but so I'm only 23, so I've only been 20 for around 20 something for like 3 years. But boy, has it been a ride. 3 years? I've only been 20 for 3 years. 27. Wow. Yeah, I feel honestly, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I feel way older than 23. I feel sometimes I feel like I'm 27, like, but I know I'm not 27 because I don't live the life of a 27-year-old. But like, I just feel that way. Like, I just feel so old sometimes. Anyway, that's a discussion for a different day. But Brandy, Brandy. I think Brandy's Full Moon. Anybody. I don't want anybody to know. Like 2022, 2023, that was my you say later you're not ready to make a commitment to me. I love that song. That song gives like when you're in control of the situationship. That's really the energy that song gives. But yeah, outside of music, like media in general, there are two anime specifically shows. Ooh, well, mm, I haven't been. Well, I really want to. I have the first season of the Vampire Diaries, so I'm gonna watch that again because I want to start dressing like 2007. But um, is that even when it takes place? I think Vampire Diaries is like definitely like 2010, definitely 2008. Same ballpark, whatever. But for me, anime that I will always, whenever, like, that lately specifically, I have been really wanting to get back into and really dive in because, like, I'm just like, these themes, like, Kill la Kill and Maji. I'm gonna start with Maji because if this is your first time meeting me, you need to know something. Me and Maji are like one and two. We're like Cheech and Chong. Like, if I if you know me and I don't talk to you about Maji, you don't really know me. I don't even think I really want to talk to you really. Maji's my favorite piece of media ever. I think nobody's been able to touch me like Shinobu Otaka has been able to touch me, you know? And I think that the appreciation that I have for Maji as I grow up is that obviously like shonen is marketed towards teenage boys and stuff, and you know, just teenagers in general. And that still didn't stop Shinobu Otaka from shying away from from certain topics and really getting it. Like she really gets into it, like geopolitics, war theories, like the way that she talks about oppression and like liberation, you know, even the concept of like depravity, like falling into depravity being this deep thing and what it, oh my gosh, like I think that Shinobu Otaka discusses these things in such a amazing and profound way that to me, Maji is one of those timeless pieces of media to me because of just the respect for her audience that she has. And I honestly, I wish, because I know people don't read manga, but like I wish, like I honestly, you should read the manga. You need to read the manga because I really wish it was animated because there are certain arcs that I need to see. You guys have no idea how good Tim Duncan was. Okay, let me calm down. But specifically with Maji, right? And liberation because like a lot of anime, right, talk about these themes. They talk about war, they talk about liberation, they talk about abuse and stuff. But I think specifically what I found in Maji, and it's probably it happens in other anime, but Maji's my favorite, so that's what we're talking about. um Shinobu Otaka doesn't frame it as I was a slave, like for example, I was a slave and the hero came and set me free and now I'm free. No, 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 no. She doesn't frame it as that. I feel like she's able to touch and handle a lot of topics with the complexity that it needed. But that was also another major theme of Maji. Just like this world not existing in a black in a space of black or white. But you know, we don't, this world doesn't exist in a space of like good or evil. But there, it's just a great, oh, Maji, Maji, Maji. And then like the personal theories and the conclusions that certain characters come to at the end, like I this is just an after, this is just me trying, maybe this whole channel is an elaborate ruse for you to watch and read Maji. Maybe that's what it is. But I know I'm probably going to end up start rereading Maji, and I'm gonna get on here and talk about it. I don't know when, but I know it's gonna happen. Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill. My soul is hungering and thirsting for a Kill la Kill rewatch. And you know what it is? It's for one character in particular. It's Satsuki. Satsuki? Satsuki? Satsuki. Satsuki? Yeah, it's Satsuki. It's her. Because okay, when I was a teenager, I watched Kill la Kill when I was in ninth grade, right? And when I first watched it, I was immediately drawn to it. I immediately loved it because I was just like, this is so cool stylistically, like visually. It's like, you know, chaotic, it's punchy, it's fun, you know, it's saying something. I don't know exactly what it's saying, but I know that it's saying something and I'm kind of following, so I like that, right? And obviously, Kill la Kill deals a lot with the themes of control and identity and power and what power means, and just like oh, the characters again, Satsuki. I think that why I'm yearning for a character like Satsuki right now is because she represents a level of like discipline and like the level of discipline, like the level of conviction that Satsuki has is like so disturbing, and I want to be her. You know, I think she's so cool. I think I honestly, I genuinely believe that she's the coolest character in that show. I love Ryuga, but Satsuki, she stole the show. And I think that I feel like even though Kid la Kill was about clothes, it was a bit, the outfits were a bit much. It never gave like fan servicey to me because there was definitely intention behind it and there was a statement behind it. And I would love to rewatch it and really get into what that statement means and talk about it here, you know? Um, yeah. So I feel like I've yapped around enough. What are some pieces of media that you've liked as a kid that you revisit now and you're like, ooh, I love it. Ooh, another one, An Unfortunate Series of Events. I will always love that. A deep place in my heart. Um, I'll always love Taylor Despero. I want to when I was in middle school, I like read some of the Odyssey, but like Odyssey is a classic, so we know that. Based off of what I like, recommend me things to read, watch, and see. And yeah, that's all I have to say today. Did I tell y'all that I, I think I told you that I'm sick. If I didn't tell y'all already, I have sick brain, so like, sorry. Anyway, if you want to see more of me on this page, you can go in this corner to see more of me there. If you want to see more of my writing, because I am a writer, you can go to psychesthoughts.com. My writing is there. I'm also on TikTok. I'm also on Instagram. Instagram got your bed, but not really. But you can follow me there. And maybe I'll be on there if y'all are on there. Because I'm a follower. Well, but if you're following me, then it's never mind. Anyway, have a good night. I need to go to sleep.